And I remember clearly in 2020, that soon before the pandemic arrived here, I was invited by the general manager and your management to the same restaurant. And we started the Chinese food festival in this restaurant. Yeah. In the past 2 years, because of pandemic, some of the business are badly affected, especially the catering and hotel business are badly affected. But it's happy to see that the people like general manager and his team are trying to working very hard to resume this restaurant. Now it's happy. I'm very happy to see that the restaurant is resumed, is open again. And the food is really good, authentic, and taste. And in my consulate, I have 2 chefs from China, and one chef, his hometown is same with this chef, Mr. Jiang, Master Jiang, and they cook the same food. I may say, Jiang's cooking is much better than my chef. I would say that, yeah. So this is really, great restaurant and great food. And when you are eating here, the atmosphere is so good. This is the typical feature of Hotel PC. I traveled many places, especially Guava. There was a PC hotel there. And I was invited by the general manager of that hotel to taste some food and to see the views, beautiful views of the hotel. So whenever you go to stay and have food in PC hotel, especially take Chinese food, that is a special, unique experience. So taking food is one thing, but at the same time, you will appreciate the culture. Food is actually the very important elements of cultures. We Chinese nation has been there more than 5,000 years. This food has been transcending from our ancestors for a few thousand years up to today. So we are doing innovations, changes, and the food becomes better and better. So actually, the reopening of this Taipan restaurant is a great thing to introduce the Chinese culture. And I hope and looking forward more and more people to come to this restaurant, Taipan.
What is the meaning of Taipan?
Taipan.
Taipan, let me tell you, just now, general manager told me, I will say that maybe it's, the name comes from China. And there is a famous and a very successful visitor. His name is Taipan. And, the restaurant named after him. So many, not only in Pakistan, but in China, in Southeast Asia countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. There are so many such restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah. Why we call it Taipan? Taipan is top. Very good one, the best. Yeah, that's the best. The food is the best. The management is the best.
The ambience.
The people is the best. The manager, general manager is the
Thank you so
best.
much. Thank
the
you.
best. So I think that you see, I really want to introduce this restaurant to all my audience, to all the customers. Please come to taste your food here and to appreciate the Chinese culture while you're eating. And while you're eating here, while you are eating Chinese food, but you also taking some Chinese tea, jasmine tea, green tea. It is also culture, okay?
Yeah.
And even we have the chef is providing Beijing duck. Beijing duck, the roasted duck is very delicious and unique. It's not available in most of the restaurants, but it's available here. So very good. So I call upon everybody to come here to taste.
Sure.
The wonderful
Any
food.
Pakistani food you tried in your last 3 years?
Yes, of course, I tried. You see, before I arrived here, 3 years back, I worked in New Delhi, India for five years. I found, and before that, my first post abroad was Bangladesh, and then I was posted to Kabul, Afghanistan for 3 years. So actually, my main background is subcontinent, South Asia. When you go to these countries, the food there are so many similarities. Okay, like tandoori chicken,
Curry.
yeah, and jalebi,
Biryani.
jalebi. Jalebi is my favorite.
Yes.
No, that is wonderful sweet, wonderful dessert. Yeah. So, barbecue, tikkas. Yeah. So I have Pakistan food is so delicious, very good. I like it.
Do you see the future of Pakistan and especially Karachi?
Pakistan tomorrow. Pakistan will celebrate the 75th anniversary of the independence, and this is a very important day. This nation has come a long way. 75 years is not short, but compared with the whole humanity history, this is short. Okay, and I think ever since from the first day of the independence, and I think that the Pakistan governments and our people has been trying hard to build up this nation. And today, when you're looking back, the history, you have some ups and downs, but Pakistan is growing steadily and becoming a very important player in the regional and international community. Pakistan, in terms of economy, number one, you have 220 million population. This is a big country, huge country, and huge market. Okay, and the economy is because of pandemic, because of the geopolitical changes. I think every country are suffering. Every country are suffering from some of the issues, like the disruption of supply chains, okay, and the hiking up of the commodity high prices. Every country are suffering for this one. China is also suffering, but
Future is bright.
but the future is right. Future is bright, and future is with Pakistan. Pakistan, under the leadership of various governments ever since the independence, you have been trying to protect your sovereignty and territorial integrity. This is very beautiful. Okay, Pakistan as a nation, you are keeping unity. You are keeping, strong national, comprehensive national space, and in terms of international relations, Pakistan now is one of the most important player and contributor and constructor of peace, stability, and growth of the whole world. And looking forward, every country, no matter you are a developed country or developing country, or you are a West country or Eastern country, but I think for governments, there is a common task, that is steadily to improve the livelihood of the ordinary people, to give them a better life. Okay, that is a common task. In China, we are doing the same. In Pakistan, you have the same task. So I think that the government has the mission to looking after their population better. So we should concentrate on economic development, concentrate on nation building. Only you have a strong economy, only you have strong unity. Only you working hard together, then you make a country stronger.
Why
So-
CPEC is slow down? Why CPEC project is slow down?
you are wrong. CPEC is not slowing down. CPEC is not slowing down. CPEC is developing on the right track according to schedule. Of course, as I said, pandemic has brought so many disruptions, not only for CPEC projects. Every country are suffering, okay? And that doesn't mean that CPEC is losing steam. That's not the reality. CPEC projects now is going on. So I want to give you some introduction about the development. Number one, that you see ever since 2015, when the CPEC has been initiated, the Chinese government, in collaboration with Pakistan government, we have invested huge money by both sides. And 5 years before, in Pakistan, everywhere you go, there is load shedding, there is blackouts. Okay, that happens very often, frequently. But after 5 years, hard working, and we, for the first phase of CPEC, we concentrated on energy. Okay, no other country come. In those days, no other country to come here to help you. Okay, Western countries, they say no, it's difficult to build this power plants, but we can. That is a promise by my president, by Chinese government. So we come here because our friends in difficulty. Your difficulty is our difficulty. We have to help you. So we come with our technology, with our equipment. Now we set up this power plants. Now all the power plants are under operation. Yeah, some of them is already completed in operation, and some of them still under construction. Under construction, these power plants are mainly in Taipan. Coal mine. So many power plants are under construction. They will be commissioned and completed and open to operation maybe end of this year or early next year. And after, it's very beautiful thing and amazing thing. It's amazing to see after five years, Pakistan, now you have surplus of electricity in terms of the capacity. Now you have surplus, okay, but now because you have some problems. This is also a common problem because the hiking up of the price of coal, imported coal. Maybe 5 years back, is $50 per ton, but now it's $350 per ton. So the price hiking up, so the price of generation of the electricity becomes so expensive. But even the Chinese companies, the power plants are facing this problem, but they are continuing to purchase coal from abroad and to generate electricity. So I think you see, for the first phase of CPEC, we concentrated on energy sector. In energy sector, thermal power plants is only one factor. And besides that, we helped Pakistan companies to set up windmills. Many windmills if you travel to Hyderabad on the highway, you will see so many windmills. The turbines are just moving. Okay, and also we help Pakistan to set up the solar panels. So many solar power plants coming up. That is third area. Number one is thermal power plants. Number two is windmills. Number three is solar. And the number four is hydro. Hydropower is mainly located in northern Pakistan. Just 2 weeks before, Charlotte power plant is already open into operation, already generating electricity. That is clean electricity, large quantity, and a few others under construction. Hydropower plants, there are advantages, but at the same time shortcomings. The shortcoming is the investment is long, the construction is longer because you will build up the dams. Okay, that takes a long time. But soon after, it's open to operation. Starting the operation, it just continues, generating electricity. So the last area of energy cooperation is nuclear. Karachi 2, Karachi 3. Those after the hard working by the Chinese engineers and the Chinese workers in collaboration with the local laborers. We worked hardly for 3 years. Now the two nuclear power plants already commissioned. Now it's generating electricity. So these are beautiful things. Okay, nobody knows. Not many people introduce this. So I'm not shy to talking about it. So for the first phase, we're mainly concentrating on energy, and the second area is transportation. The N5 superhighway connecting Multan to Saqqara. That is, nearly 1,000 kilometers of highways is already completed and open for traffic. Okay, and besides of that, we upgraded Karachi Highway. Now Karachi Highway now become all weather highways. Even you can drive in the winter time. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. And besides of that, we help you to construct the metro in Lahore Metro line, the green line, but it's also open to traffic. Okay, so this is just let me feel what these beautiful things are going on. Okay, so
what about Gwadar port current status?
No, I will just tell you. Then we come to Gwadar. Gwadar, there are so many projects are going on, and these projects are financed by Chinese government. That is 8, not by loan, just by 8. Okay, the port is already operating well, but the capacity is not fully utilized because not many, shipments going that way. So we're trying to make Gwadar as a transit point, and we are trying to introduce Gwadar port to Afghanistan, to Central Asia countries. They are gradually use this to to transport their import like fertilizer in large quantity, like imported rice, imported wheat. They're using that in Gwadar port. That is number one. Number two, the East Bay Expressway just opened for traffic 2 months before. Your current Prime Minister attended the opening ceremony. I was there. Okay, that is a beautiful, highway. The super highway, the same one like N5. Okay, 6 lanes, 2-way 6 lanes highway connecting the port to the new airport. Then we come to the new airport. The new airport now is under construction, and almost half of the job done, and we have another half remaining. So the new airport will be commissioned earliest next August, 2023 August. The new airport will be, opened for traffic. So in those days, you can fly there. Okay, take flights from Karachi, from Lahore, from Islamabad. You see now, if you travel to Gwadar, it's troublesome. There is only direct flight from Karachi to Gwadar. And if people come from Islamabad, Lahore, Multan, even Quetta, they have to first fly to Karachi, and then they take another flight. But the flights is quite limited, only 3 times a week. So after the new airport is opened for traffic, and we wish that there is direct flight from Islamabad to Gwadar, from Lahore, from Quetta, from the major cities connecting, the direct flights will fly there. That would be one of the most important, transportation hub in Gwadar. And the port, the airport, as well as the East Bay Expressway, or if this one, the airport is completed, so that will greatly improve the transportation facilities in Gwadar. So that will increase the tourism more people travel there, and if you have more tourists, that means we need more hotels, we need more restaurants. Okay, so I think that maybe in the next few years, more hotels, more restaurants, more hostels will come up. Okay, so this is the chain restaurant. This is the chain business. Okay, it's connected. So we have besides of this project, and we have a friendship hospital. That is 150 beds hospital. The main structure has already completed, and it will be commissioned the next February 2023. Okay. And the school, virtual middle school, is already opened and it's expanded. In the beginning, that school can only, take about 300 students, but now that capacity has increased to 1,200. So more students from the Gwadar region, especially from the fishing community, they are going to school in the virtual school. And besides that one, we have the trainees. We always think that to develop Gwadar, you should have manpower, skilled labor. Okay, and how can we train skilled labor? We have to have a place, an institute. So that is, our plan. So now that training institute has already commissioned and hand over to the federal government, and they are utilizing it to training the local people. Yeah. So I think you see, and of course another two things. One is the electricity. Electricity is not enough. Right now, water is the imported electricity from Iran, but that is because of the very outdated facilities. The quantity, the capacity is not big. That cannot meet the demand by the local people. So now, in order to solve this problem once for all, the Chinese government has decided to construct a 300 megawatt power plant